Hello and again welcome all my students. I hope you all are doing very good. So today what I am going to bring for you is that how to learn gerund and what are the uses of gerund and how to change from infinitive to gerund. So these are the topics for today and I hope that you will like this topic. So let's just begin with our gerund. What we have to see, a simple definition of gerund is a gerund is a word that is created with a verb but functions as a subject complement, a direct object, an indirect object, or an object of preposition. So this is the basic definition of a gerund. But what you have to remember is that the most important thing, when the verb is placed with an ing, this is creating a gerund. So you have to remember this thing, because when the verb, and obviously this verb is acting as a subject, okay, or a noun. So whenever the verb is acting as a subject in a sentence, then it will be called as a gerund. Suppose, for example, if I give an example, that is working is good. So in this sentence, what you can see, if you ask the question with the interrogative words, what you are getting the answer. Suppose what is good, if you ask the question is like this. If you ask the sentence with this interrogative word, what is good, then what answer you are getting, that is working. So whenever by asking a sentence with the use of interrogative words, you are getting an answer, but the who is performing the thing or what is being performed, then we may consider this as our subject. Here the verb by using ing, it is acting as a noun. So whenever the verb is acting as a noun in the sentence, then it can be considered as a gerund. So there will be several examples for this, and through these examples we will understand what the gerund used to perform in a sentence. So let us go for another example. Through these examples, see, first example, smoking is injurious to health. So here also this particular verb, which when placed with an ing, it is acting as a subject of the sentence. In the second sentence, what you can see, sleeping is necessary. Here also this one, dealing with him is very tough. So these are things. So in each and every sentence, what the verb is doing, after the verb is placed with an ing, it is acting as a subject of the sentence. So whenever it is acting as a subject of a sentence, then we call it as a gerund. So you have to remember these things. So this will be our rule number 1 when the gerund is acting as a subject. Not only this, gerund will also act as an object also. So through the examples you will understand how the gerund acting as an object. Now let's see. Find out how the gerund acting as an object. In this sentence, what you can see, he likes playing. So obviously our verb plus ing, it is at the end of the sentence. So now let us understand how it acting as an object. So if you question the sentence, what the subject likes, if the question will be like this, what the subject likes. If you ask the sentence a question like this, here subject means that is he. So if you question the sentence like this, what the subjects like, what answer you are getting? You are getting that playing. So when you are getting this answer, so what the verb is, how the gerund is playing the part here? As an object. So here the gerund is acting as an object. Suppose there might be some other sentences like this one. He likes reading. He likes writing. He likes reciting, cooking, talking. In all these things, whatever you write, here the gerund is acting as an object. So you have to remember, when you are questioning the sentence in a different way, in previous when the gerund, when the verb is acting as a subject, we have questioned what the subject does. So whenever you are asking it like that way, then it will be the answer of your question will be the subject. But in the next portion, rule number 1, when gerund is acting as an object, you have to question the sentence like this: what the subject likes? Your answer is the verb plus ing, and this one will be your answer. So here the gerund is acting as a object. Now let's come for the another rule. You have to see, after using this kind of words, gerund will use. So we are going to show you something, that how the sentence will be formed here and how you are going to use gerund after using these words. So obviously, first sentence avoid, then mind, then hate, then enjoy. So how you are going to use these things? He avoids talking to the stranger. So here the sentence will be like this, and our gerund will be using here as usual. Next, mind. Please don't mind my interrupting, or coming, whatever you write. Next, hate. She hates talking much. So this is also an example of gerund. Next, enjoys. He enjoys playing. So these are all the examples of our gerund. So you have to remember, after using these words, there is the gerund is placed and they are forming a sentence. There is also one use, that is another word, no use. So here also you can use by this, there is no use of quarreling with them. So this is also a gerund. So you have to go through these things, these rule number 3, after using these words, what we can do and how we form the sentence. Now let's come back to another example, so which will help you more. Rule number 4, how the sentence will form. After using the subject, we will be using be verb. You all know what be verb are. So suppose am, is, are, was, were. So these are our be verbs. So you have to remember, students, you have to always remember what are be verbs. So after using the be verbs, then what words we are going to use? Suppose used to, addicted to, habituated to, and after that verb plus ing. So a sentence for you. Suppose, for example, he is addicted to gambling. A negative thing, but here as you can see, the verb is placed with an ing and therefore it is a gerund. Here he is addicted to drinking. It is also a gerund. So these are the things, these are the sentence where you can see that gerund is being used after this format. So you have to remember this format, and after this we are going to use our gerund. Another example, she is habituated to quarreling. Here also, as you can see, the gerund is being placed here. We have to be very careful after these sentences, after these words, the subject, then be verb, and after this using these words, then the gerund will be placed. So he is addicted to gambling, he is addicted to drinking, she is habituated to quarreling, he used to talking. So all these things are after this the gerund is used. So you have to remember these things. So let's go for the next one. Last thing here, you have to remember these are our possessive adjectives. They can also be used as a possessive pronoun, but here we are going to use it as a possessive adjective. So we will be using here these things in our possessive adjective. For example, suppose please don't mind my coming. Here this one is used as a possessive adjective, not as a possessive noun. So you have to be very careful about that. And after that our gerund. So be careful. Please don't mind his interrupting. Please don't mind her interrupting. So these are the things after using our possessive adjective, then the gerund is used. So you have to be very careful and you have to remember this thing also. So all these rules you have to remember, how the gerund is being placed in a sentence and how you have to do these things correctly. So now I will be showing you some examples how from to infinitive we are going to change it into a gerund. So I am going to show you how you are going to change to infinitive into a gerund. So you have to remember these things. Suppose here in this sentence what you can see, it is difficult to learn Chinese. So what is used here? Infinitive. So these are our infinitives. To walk, to dance, to read, all these things are our infinitive. That means whenever you are going to do the sentence, you have to learn. That means you are learning something. Only learn. If you write the word, that is not correct. But to learn, that means you are learning something. So to read, that means you are reading something. But only read, that is not a correct form of things. So you have to remember this thing. So number one sentence, what is it? It is difficult to learn Chinese. So how I am going to change this to infinitive into gerund. Let's see. So it is difficult to learn Chinese. So our main verb is learn. So we will be changing that thing. Therefore, learning. Then our object, learning Chinese is difficult. So this way the sentence will change. Next sentence, it is dangerous to walk alone in the night. Here also we have used to infinitive. How it will change? So we have to, first of all, we have to know which one is our verb. So this one is our verb. So suppose the sentence will be like this: walking alone in the night is dangerous. So walking alone in the night is dangerous. So the sentence will change like this. And the last one, it is fun to dance in the rain. Never go for it, because if you dance in the rain, then you will have lots of cough and cold and sneeze. So now let's make this sentence. So it is fun to dance in the rain. Here our dance is the verb, main verb. So dancing in the rain is fun. So now notice very carefully, take a screenshot, and these are the things how you are going to change the sentence from to infinitive to gerund. So by this way you are going to make this thing happen. So I hope you have learned these things well, and if you have any queries, do ask me, do comment me, and please like and share my channel so that, and subscribe it also, so that I can bring for you more and more videos like this. And I hope you will spread this thing so that others could learn it. So I hope that you are all doing very well, and all the best to each and every one of you. We will meet in our next video. I hope I will bring another important topic for you in the next time. So for now, see you all.